Alright, let's go be a gamekeeper for the day.
I started my working life as a gamekeeper, but it didn't last long. But today, I'm back, right at the bottom as an underkeeper.
Don't do it like that, for Christ's sake. What's wrong with you? Sorry, boss.
My job? Do as I'm told, keep up with Ant, and try my hardest not to get fired. Gamekeeping is a world most people never see. Before the first shoot day, there's feed to spin, hoppers to fill, birds to flag, birds to keep on the estate, and predators to keep at bay. It's long hours, hard graft, and endless other jobs that rarely make it onto film.
The harshest gales call out from the trees.
Today, we're lifting the lid. This is what really goes on behind the scenes. The work that makes a shoot possible.
Don't need your safe and sound. Let the rain come down.
Smile, Ant. It's not that cold.
Let the rain come down.
Right, well, just after light, we're going to head out round, have a little spin round the cover crops, the main drives, have a little look what's about, chuck them a bit down so they can keep them busy, keep them scratching rather than filling up out of the hopper and then just hitting the hedgerows. Having said that, once we've done that, we've then got to get the dogs and get the ones that have gone down the hedgerow. We're going to bring them all back home. Get that done, get down, check the deer herds, give them the feed, check if they're all doing okay. Then, just maybe, you think back and make breakfast.
This place is big. The kind of big where you've dropped the first feed before the birds are even awake to make sure you can get your last feed out before the birds give up on you. As he flicked the spinner on, Ant whistled loudly to let them know breakfast was worth getting up for.
The idea of a whistle feed is that you're teaching the birds from a very, very young age when they first go out to the woods. Sometimes some people do it on the rear of the field. But every time feed is put out for them to eat, you whistle. You then play with that food's content so that you are giving them just the right amount of what they need. Whether that, you don't want to be starving them, and you also don't want to be overfeeding them. So you're keeping a real fine balance, playing it every day, monitoring how much you use, and that depends on obviously natural food source, whether that's crayfly hatch, whether that's acorn shopping, beech mass, whatever it is. You're playing with the amount of food you give it to birds to keep them just hungry in the morning. Same thing as when your kids are upstairs, they don't want to come and talk to you, and they get hungry and you go, dinner's ready, they come down and straight down to the table like good little boys and girls. If you give them a bag of sweets first, you might as well be talking to somebody who's deaf. Like, they're just not going to listen to you. So it's a good way of moving them from A to B, moving them from the penning wood to the drive, and also being able to pull them back in to where you want them from the boundary.
Relegated to gate, mate. I don't know about you, mate, but I was taught like a couple of things. Always run back from closing the gate, always be up before the boss. And that's it. That's the only thing that was like usefully successful in my early career.
Yeah, never stand doing nothing in the yard, it's neatly pick a brush up.
Hey, no one ever told you off for tidying up.
No.
I do like being told off, that's the difference.
Sweep the yard. Sweep the yard again.
Yeah. Pressure wash the truck, sweep the yard.
That's the one.
And Johnny's underkeeping tips.
Each drive has its own feed, and every day once the birds are in the drives, Ant spins the food in the same places the birds know as home. And more than just topping up the birds' crops, this is the daily health check. As a keeper, you get to see your birds, judge their condition, do a rough head count, and check they survive the night against the onslaught of everything here that wants to eat them. As well as being the time the pheasants wake up, mornings are the times that predators are still about and the deer are moving. So we carried a rifle too. A fox, muntjac or fallow could cross our path at any time. On our way back to refill the spinner, the thermal pinged a muntjac in a young plantation. Seconds later, it was dealt with. A quick reminder that keepering is always about balance. Birds, deer, predators, and time.
That was harder than expected. It's not a deery morning, is it?
It's not, mate, no. But I mean, I think it goes to show that having the right tools for the job makes it worthwhile.
In this kind of stuff, right, just a basic thermal on an open field's quite easy, but as soon as you need to swap it into a day function to actually figure out which fence post it's at.
Yeah. Obviously, I was on the hab rocks, picked this thermal signature up, went to the day mode, identified it as a muntjac buck. You've gone onto the scope.
Yeah, and let's be honest, even with the clearest day optic, trying to find something moving in this thick stuff is...
It's 9 o'clock in the morning, it's bright daylight, but it's that thick we couldn't see it. I was giving you a running commentary of exactly where he was. You parked up in the nearest clearing.
Yeah.
As soon as he stepped out into that clearing, boom.
Yeah, you stalk through these woodlands on a night time, you'll see nothing. You park yourself up for 15 minutes, I guarantee you'll see at least 1 or 2 of these things cross the track. That ability to be able to spot them before they spot you, and be able to do it on the move and cover more ground on an evening time, just makes it so much more worth it. I've been using this kit now for a good month so far. I'm seriously impressed. I mean, we used the spotter for the Charlies last night, mounted on the roof of the truck. Did the job there. We've been out today, again, newly planted woodland. We've had success again. Would we have got either of those two in the old style ways? Well, I highly doubt it. Makes my life easier, mate. It means that I can get more sleep. Dash.
We loaded up the spinner again and headed out for the last feed. Most people at this point would have had breakfast and be sat at a desk, but not us. There was one vital job left to do.
Let's go gamekeeping! Yay!
Dogging in. The basics of dogging in is to use dogs and flags to push wandering birds back where they belong. Areas with food and water, and areas more importantly that are safely away from roads, neighbours or predators. It's another unskippable, because however much we talk about the other benefits of keepering, at the end of the day a keeper is judged on how shoot days go. If the birds aren't there, your job is in trouble. So it's kind of important to make sure they are there. That's the job.
You do this every day?
Pretty much every day, mate, yeah. Unless the weather is horrendous, then the birds tend not to go too far when the weather's bad.
A beautiful September day like this.
Yeah. Then they do like to push.
Nice day for a walk.
It's not a bad day for a walk, mate. Worst ways to spend the day. Get on.
Right, what's interesting is we flagged this up this morning.
Yeah.
And I mean, I appreciate birds are not the most intelligent creatures, but once they were given that warning, they don't then go that way for the day. So you're not having to be out all day worried about something coming this way. It's like a once a day reminder that this isn't a good place to be for a bird.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on what they're going for. If there's something they really, really want, like these three clearly want whatever's in this gateway. So they didn't listen to you.
Oh, to be fair, mate, I think they were behind us. They've actually come this way looking for their mates. Like,
they're Tom's birds.
Derek.
They're Tom's birds coming in.
That's your neighbour's birds going to be like, hey,
fair enough.
guys, the playground's free.
If they're just going that way for one reason, then maybe once is enough. If they're going for another reason, maybe not. The biggest thing I find which works once in a day is the sunrise. So if it's on the easterly side of the estate where the sun rises and the birds pull to it to get a warm first thing in the morning, once you push them back once from it, they don't tend to go there again.
Do you want me to go and flag those three birds up?
If it's a feed value, then they may try again later on this evening.
Yeah.
But inherently, once a day on sunshine is good enough.
Okay.
This is the easterly side of the estate. Sun rises up here. Those birds pull up that track every morning. Evening time, you don't get that issue.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it other than dog them back and go, not today, boys.
No, that's the one.
Part of being an underkeeper is that you get the job.
It's quite fun, isn't it?
And this one is literally a job.
It's fun. What are you worried about?
Looking at a dog.
Jobs are everything that you make them.
They are
You can
everything.
enjoy it. I've been writing rude words with my broom. I've been making sure every corner is swept.
You've done a cracking job, mate. And at the end of the day,
we couldn't do what we did without the dog. So, get sweeping and I'll get the food. Thanks, mate.
Once the basics were done, we finally stopped for breakfast, and after that, the middle of the day opened up for everything else. This is when keepers work on habitats, do vital estate maintenance, build some high seats, fix fences, do paperwork, or just shoot day planning. Today's next job for us was feeding the park herd of fallow.
Got it! Whoop!
On top of the game birds and wild deer, and is also responsible for their welfare. And depending on the season, they get supplementary feed. Today, that's what we were there to do.
Yeah, it's definitely an age structure that needs to be re-established, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to actually be able to spend the time with park deer, I guess, from your perspective, and create the perfect herd, the perfect bucks, the perfect does. It's
As good as you can, right?
without obviously just making it non-genetically viable, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's when you bring other animals in. We've got, what, 3 animals there, so 3 bucks at least, that are non-viable.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we spent a bit of time looking at them through that. That on the digital side of it is just...
I've used these a bit, right, and I am impressed with them from a stalker's capacity, but actually coming out from a keepering capacity today, as a stalker, it's a hobby, right?
Yeah.
I think most of us do it for a hobby, and so we spend our money on toys that will make us slightly better and give us pleasure. This is a job, a serious job, an important job,
Yeah.
and saving time at that job and making sure you do a better version of that job. These, I don't know, from my perspective today, have helped a lot more than, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not saying that these are fantastic. They're very, very sharp, incredibly sharp by comparison to those. But I can't zoom into 2 times zoom,
No.
and I can't take pictures. And
And like we were just discussing there, the bonus of that is that you can take those pictures, you can go back home, you can bring them onto the computer, and you can sit and actually study them at home with time and make the decisions. If you've got, I don't know, say we've got 13 prickets to take out of here this year, or 10 prickets to take out of here this year, we can literally sit with a photo portfolio and go, that's better than that. There's the 3 worst, they're going definitely.
yeah,
That's better than that.
What
That's
do we
better
want to keep? What colours? We want what confirmation we want to keep? Do we want to go wide? Do we want to go more swept back? And I know they're prickets, so you can't tell like 100%, but it's...
Coloration is a big thing. You would expect those white boys being the master bucks, that they would lighten up the herd, as a general.
But it's... I mean, you know more about this, but my understanding is a white fallow buck will not have only white children.
No. But by rights, the genetics you would think would throw to a more common or a mennel,
Theoretically.
but not proven.
But that's the case of it's all about choosing who the next master buck is going to be, right? This is a long-term plan, and everything we've been talking about today is about long-term plans. It's about making sure that this place is good for now, but also good for the future from all the conservation side, from the foxing side. And actually, it's a long-term plan. It's not just what's happening today, although this video is entirely about what's happening today. It's about, we've got 2 great master bucks there. Who wants to be next?
So out of interest, if you look at the 2 white master bucks, who do you think is the dominant?
I guess it's hard to say that. The back one definitely has a more interesting antler conformation, but the front one is a better animal muscularly.
Yeah. So if you look at the front one, I'd say he's the master buck. So he stands slightly lower on his front shoulder.
Yeah,
if you glance across the entire herd, you'll see that in general they all hold a little bit shorter on the front shoulder.
Yeah.
And I think that shows that his genetics in the younger generation is that he's been serving more does than the other one has. Although the other one looks impressive.
Yeah, he's got very interesting antlers, really nice curl to them for sure.
Yeah. What are you looking at them for? Come on.
I honestly think the 20 times zoom, 22 times zoom with the digital on these is actually better than that.
It is definitely.
You know, you don't have quite the sharpness and depth of field as you do with traditional glass, but it's good. It's so good.
For me, when you look through them, sounds stupid, but it's almost like watching a documentary. When you're watching a documentary on deer, that sort of clarity, isn't it? Whereas when you're looking through binos, you can tell it's you looking through binos.
You know the best bit about this, and this is as far from a sales plug as can be, to be honest, is that good to watch this back.
Yeah.
It really does. And the clarity starts to fall apart. No, it doesn't. I was out of focus. Mate, that's incredible.
That was a good morning's worth of husbandry, and now it was time for something more physical.
Let's start, shall we?
No, well, as is traditional with head keepers, mate, now that there's some manual labour to do, I've just got to nip to the office. I've had a really important phone call. I've got to go see the boss. I'll be back in probably half a day or something like that.
Next week?
Yeah, next week.
50 minutes starts to rain, all right? Thanks, mate.
Half hour, 45 minutes?
Can you have a quick cup of tea?
Yeah.
Can we get this done in half an hour? Depends how hard this soil is. Let's give it a go, shall we?
If anybody out there needs me, I'll be in the bothy drinking coffee.
You're going to go and review the deer footage and decide on which ones we've got to cull.
Exactly. See, yeah, I've got to make my cull plan for the deer park. Right by the coffee machine.
All right, you bastard guy. Off you go.
Work hard, make a good job.
Now, maybe that was trust, or maybe that was just good managerial delegation. Either way, I had a job to do. Luckily, as Ant disappeared into the distance, I realised I wasn't alone. Owen joined in to save me from slow death by heavy labour. Between us, we got it done. It was definitely hard graft, but oddly enjoyable. And that sort of sums up keepering. It's not really a job, it's a lifestyle. You've got to love every part of it, or you wouldn't last.
God, you're not finished yet?
Where have you been? You want to go to coffee, have a little nap, or?
No, I've been double busy. I had some poachers on. I just knocked 3 of them out. And then there was a fox.
You failed to provide adequate PPE?
Let's have a look. Oh no, look at that. That's the worst your hands have been for years, mate, isn't it? That is the worst your hands have been for years.
It really has.
Are you okay?
I only use fine shotguns with very fine checkering. And I pre-moisturise them for my hands. Yeah, I'm fine.
Look at that though. Look, you did a thing.
So, I've got news for you.
Yeah.
Around here is not soft.
Right, okay.
In fact, it's soft for about 8 inches, and then I presume there's some rubble.
How big's 8
about
inches?
18 inches.
How big's 8 inches?
And then there's some rubble, and then you break through that, and then somewhere a bit deeper, about 2.5 foot.
Yeah.
So these are all sunk in 3 and a bit. There's big stones.
Yeah.
And so you get to that point straight, and then they do the whole big stone.
Yeah.
And so some of it's not level, but the fact you didn't provide me with the spirit level things, that means it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I was hoping to get it dressed up before you got here, so you didn't notice how out of level it was, because I know you're going to hunt in this with people and tell everyone that I did it.
Yes. Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I want you to know that I'm going to make you a side paper like, this was not built to the best of standards because I was failed to be provided with the correct tools. But I also appreciate as an underkeeper, it's all my fault.
Yeah, it's all your fault. And you know what you do as a gamekeeper if you ain't got the right tools? You can't buy them yourself because nobody else buys them for you, mate. I've just had a phone call. I'm just going to have to nip off again for a minute. Work hard and be good, all right?
I can promise one of those.
Very important business.
I can promise one of those.
Very important.
Happy?
Yeah, so I love the way that you've especially designed it to be not heightist.
Ready?
So obviously I can't shoot from this side of the hide.
No. Well, you could if they were high.
Yeah, if they're really high, yeah, but I can't shoot, you know, my average style birds.
But please.
So, but now I can.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, wheelchair access.
Yeah, I mean, would be nice to have something to chuck over it, but chances of a duck coming from that particular direction is minimal. Cut a branch and stick it in the hole. Bring a scrum net. Get a really big chair.
It'd be fun. I mean,
But there was the talks about making it so that had an angle and a smaller thing. But then what if you want to like chill? What if 3 people want to use it? Who knows? What if they want a cool box? Snackle box? many things you might want in a hide. You remember your first ever day's keeper in like proper full day on?
Yeah.
Remember how tired you were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a bit tired today, mate?
I mean, I'm ready for more. All I'm saying is, it's hard work being the bitch, innit?
This goes out to all underkeepers out there. We feel you.
The
All right.
underappreciated person on the shoot, but once you earn your stripes, you get to be like him and go do paperwork.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's go do some paperwork
Don't
together.
rush to the top, you don't get to build dock hides.
Truthfully, I was really quite tired at this point. Not just from the morning, but because the night before we'd been out after foxes until 2 AM. In the old days with lamps, you wouldn't cover much ground in that amount of time, but these days it's much more efficient. The keeper next door, Tom, had turned up with his truck setup. This involved mounting a thermal to the roof of a truck and projecting the feed onto a tablet in the cab. With thermal, you miss nothing, and with this setup, you miss nothing quickly. And with the tablet, there's multiple tired eyes checking that screen for any telltale heat signature that could be a fox. An hour in, we spotted one out to our left, driving fast to get the wind right, because even with thermal, fieldcraft obviously still matters. As we drove into the top of the field, we watched it for a while, chasing sleeping partridges. And as we parked up, Ant set himself into a steady position and we started calling. This was the perfect mix of modern tech, traditional principles. Together, they get the job done.
Good conservation, mate.
Thank you very much, buddy. As you know, we've started a reintroduction program for the English partridge this year. We've spent a long time, me and Tom next door, getting these things down to an acceptable number.
This is number 99.
This is number 99.
It's quite a lot of foxes.
I was hoping you might take 100.
Well, we've still got time on the way home. Because it's really late.
It's quite late, and we have been up quite early. But as we saw, this thing was hunting the rape. This is a volunteer rape field that's been sprayed off ready for cultivation, and the partridges were settled out here earlier on when we came through. We saw this boy coming in over the boundary, followed him in.
into packs.
Busting into packs of partridge. Managed to squeak him across. Got some damage into him. Beautiful specimen. A beautiful specimen.
He's a big old lump, isn't he?
He could do some damage in a year, that boy.
But not anymore.
Not anymore. The way
social with the big screen. I like that.
The way I look at it, with the 99 foxes, right? If we get 100 tonight, if you went out and you think one of these is going to kill one animal a night, doesn't matter what animal that is, whether you're talking about
Something.
voles, partridge, pheasants, rabbits, hares, whatever. If you took 100 animals every night and chucked them in a pile, you'd have some pile at the end of a week. There's more than just this boy walking about.
No, you've got a few small towns near you. They're just little breeding grounds, aren't they?
Yeah.
They do so well around humans. It's about keeping the balance.
They're adaptable, aren't they?
Yeah, they
They're
do
adaptable.
real well in urban environments, and people seem to be quite happy with their existence there, strangely.
Yeah. Shall we go see if we can get you one, bigger?
I mean, why not? Why not? There's pressure now. 50 yards, yeah?
Back to today, it was late afternoon. We'd worked through lunch, it was near dinner time, but there was still plenty to do.
It's coming to the end of your first day back in gamekeeping, mate. How do you find it?
I mean, it's 5 o'clock. It's definitely time to go home, isn't it?
No, it's time to tug up and go again, mate. Time to tug up and go again.
It was nice to go back and have a quick snack. That was nice.
Yeah. Snack and a drink.
But it is like this every day, right? Certainly how I remember it.
This is it, mate.
Every day. As many hours as you could possibly squeeze in.
That's it. There's always more work to do than time to do it in.
Yeah, when you got birds, you got to make sure they're in their best possible state. And before you got them, you got to make sure the estate's in their best possible state to receive them. And
That's
during
it.
the season, you got to make sure you get as many of them round the guns as possible.
Seems crazy, doesn't it? Look after something all year with your life in order to take hits at the end of it.
Yeah,
But it's what we do. And it's not, we
it's
don't.
a fair exchange, man. It's a totally fair exchange.
Yeah. It always used to be that shooting was done and there was a side portion of conservation. And I think the biggest change that I've seen within keepering now is that it is now conservation with a side portion of shooting. And I think that is the biggest change that I've seen in my career. The things we do and the money we spend on this estate by no means is paid for by the shooting. You know, we were just talking about it earlier. the equipment that we're using today, it's much more expensive than the equipment that the old boys used to use.
I mean, what was it? A Light Force and a old Schmidt, an old P car or something.
Yeah, with a car battery.
PSA.
With an old car
battery in the back
In
of
a side
on a
satchel.
quad.
Yeah.
Or even on that satchel, mate. I
On the
remember
satchel.
carrying those on.
Do you remember when they leaked and the acid used to burn and itch the back of your leg?
I had a very nice pair of trousers that happened to. I was very upset. So I continued to wear them as a badge of pride. With my bum hanging out. But I think also, you got to think back in the day, there was a lot more keepers per estate.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a lot more responsibility on one man because you can get so much more done as long as you have the gear.
That's it. I mean, I've got a picture of the old keepers at Burley. There's about 8 of them in the picture. They used to be on here, and now there's me. You know, I think that due to the advancements in technology and equipment, that's made possible.
Trucks, tractors, rifles, thermals, feeders, spinners.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
carrying a bucket of feed out at a time.
No. It makes a hell of a difference. And I think, you know, that shift towards conservation rather than trying to kill big numbers as well has made a difference. A lot of my time is spent like where we are now.
Planning stuff like this out.
Exactly. So, obviously, before my arrival, every cover crop on the place was maize. The farm had decided to go into some AB9 stuff that they were using to get government granted. What we've actually done this year is done a full 50% change from maize to a patchwork mosaic of different cover crops.
It's pretty cool to see, to be fair. And the birds clearly favour different ones, and it's a learning experience, I guess.
Well, this is what we did it. So we've done it in order to see what the birds prefer and what they like. And then going forward, we'll learn from that and we'll try and make more habitats as their favourite is. This one here was a wild bird seed crop from Oakbank. Obviously, we've had an absolute nightmare with cover crops this year with the drought. But this one is bloody rich in biodiversity, I'd say. And the birds love it.
I was going to say, you'd happily live in there. It's pretty safe, it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
Plenty of food.
Butterflies love it. Everything loves it, mate. It's certainly something that I enjoy coming down here and spending a bit of time. I mean, this one is not a drive of ours. This is literally just a crop that we planted up in order for conservation. The parkland that we're on now, about 5 years ago, this was all arable land. It had been taken out of parkland and put into arable farming. The family and the estate have decided to put it back into native grass types.
It's a big sacrifice for them financially, but
It
I
is.
think that it takes sacrifice to do good things a lot of the time.
Yeah. And the little white box you can see across the field there, that's a pollinator monitor. After we put these grasses back in, after we've let it develop, we do not mow it multiple times a year. It's cut once a year after peak nesting time. And it just helps everything to thrive. You know, the pollinators thrive. Therefore, everything that eats those thrives. The plants that they help pollinate thrive. So you end up with this, you know, just place that's alive. You know, and it's a real pleasure to get up in the morning and come out. And I know it's long hours, and I know it's tiring, and I know it's probably took 5 years of my life this year. But what a bloody year it's been.
Sleep and some moisturiser won't fix me, don't you worry.
What a good year it's been.
No, thank you for having me, mate. It's been real good to get back at it.
Yeah?
Should do
Good.
this more often.
You don't do bad at it, mate. You should have stuck to it.
Nah, I didn't like authority.
Tonight's plan was simple. Ant would stalk one end of a wood and I'd lie up at the other, once again maximising time and manpower. On the way there, we spotted a promising young roebuck, watching him for a bit but choosing to leave him. Part of Ant's job is managing the wild deer on the estate, and part of his management plan is re-establishing roe here properly, building both quality and numbers. So that one, with a bit of promise, got a pass. But not every deer is so welcome. A muntjac showed up in the thermal and Ant wasted no time. On this estate, reducing muntjac numbers is an important management priority, and after a little more effort than usual for a muntjac, it was in the back of the truck.
Mate, good shot, sir.
Thank you, mate. But we did need
also-
to get him down.
I did hit him.
Yeah, which we weren't sure, but his behaviour after the shot and...
Well, he did a fairly big kick, not as opposed to running away, which...
Yeah.
And I presume you were watching through the
I was
thermal.
watching through the Habrogs and I had it on record, so it'd be interesting to look back. It looks like there's a bit of splatter comes out of him.
And It was, because I shot him. I went for a bit of a necker, because I was like, that seems like an intelligent option.
Yeah.
And I did get a neck shot, but I loaded up with non-tox, which I've been shooting fallow absolutely fine with.
You got a little bit more substance to a fallow though, haven't you, right? To make it open up a little bit and do the damage.
I
That's
guess
just
it's
ripped
the
straight through.
sad reality, I guess, of life.
Yeah.
So that's not very good. And I'm sad, but I'm glad, because
Luckily, with the 22-250 in with the old Stella run. Lesson learnt. One man jack
learnt.
in the bag for the coal.
chest shots only, sir. Sorry.
Shoot the fat bit.
I'll put it in the big brown bit and not try anything clever,
Yeah.
which usually is my thing. Thank you.
Don't worry, mate. Give it a shot.
Sorry.
You got it.
It happens.
When we split up at the Poplarwood, I'll admit I was tempted by a nap in the last of the autumn sun. But after seeing a couple of row, I woke right up. Ant and Owen, meanwhile, worked through the cover properly, and it paid off. Owen shot his first ever deer.
Well done, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Your first ever deer.
First ever deer. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
You've watched it a lot.
I've watched it a lot.
How did it feel?
I was more nervous than I thought it'd be. I
Yeah.
mean, when we talked about it in the car, I thought, you know, I'd just have iron nerves, I'd be fine. And then, as soon as I had it lined up, I thought, and I kept doubting myself. And I thought,
You spent a long time watching it,
I did.
and I thought, he's doubting himself here. Like, you're gonna,
Yeah.
you know, but you waited till the right time. You waited while he stepped out into a nice bit of clear stuff. Took the shot well. Perfect shot. Couldn't have asked for any better.
In my mind, I thought, is Ant going to squeak it? Am I going to have to squeak it? Like, do I try and get it to stop?
Yeah. No, not when he's that close. He was, as soon as he'd have lifted his head up and spotted us, he'd have gone.
Yeah.
So I just stay quiet in that situation, and you hope he stops naturally.
Yeah. Well, I thought I gave it some time. I thought, well, I'm just going to have to take the shot.
What do you reckon to the Stella?
Perfect. Like,
Good
how
with the kid.
clear is that?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've almost cheated. I feel like I needed to struggle with glass, and I've just had like the creme de la creme
Straight out
of
of the box.
glasses. But no, I thank you very much for
More than welcome,
taking me out
mate.
and educating me.
You're more than welcome, mate. Let's get him back to the truck and we'll see if we can get some more down for the end of the night,
Let's do it.
Go on, then.
As the light faded, we regrouped, loaded into the truck, and headed back to the larder to deal with the deer. The full day was almost done, from spinning feed at dawn to stalking at dusk. For Ant and most keepers, this is just another day. For us, it's a reminder of how relentless and varied this job really is.
Right, the resounding question of the day is, can I have a job?
No,
Okay.
no.
Don't work with friends, right?
That's what they say, mate.
Yeah.
Don't ever work with your best mate.
It's a
Have you
rough
enjoyed
one.
yourself, mate? That's more the point.
More than you know.
Because I've had a hell of a day, mate.
It's pretty fun hanging out with you, even as a boss.
Always is, mate. Always is.
It's not true what they say.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
yeah,
true.
the
It's all
Ruby
true and worse.
All the list of ones that you've got better and better. I'd say I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about you.
What, that I like avoiding work?
No, you're just a manager, a quality manager. You're a head keeper material, mate. You just get yourself an underkeeper. Unfortunately, it can't be me. It's just too far away.
Yeah, you're just too expensive, mate. Can't afford you.
That too. But it's been a great day, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. It's been pretty wicked.
Been enjoyable. Hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll see you again next time.
Should we do it again sometime?
Let's definitely do it again, mate.
Yeah, baby. Like when the days are short. Let's do it in March when you do nothing.
No, let's do it in the middle of summer when I'm actually busy and you can actually do a full day's work. Straight the way through from lamping, straight out round the birds, like no sitting down.
It's just 24 hours non-stop.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
No thanks.
All right.
Gamekeeping has definitely changed. New gear and new tech make life easier or at least more efficient. Regardless of what tech you put in a keeper's hands, the hours will always be the same. It's all about birds, deer, habitat and conservation, all woven together by long days and longer nights. I for one really enjoyed today. I relearned a lot, I mostly kept up and I wasn't fired. Best of all, I didn't have to set an alarm for 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Thank you for watching TGS Outdoors. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel. The channel would not be possible without the support of our amazing sponsors who keep videos coming to you week after week. If you really enjoy the channel and want to support it yourself, please consider becoming a member. Channel members get a bit of extra content.
Today we're going to be talking about good shooting advice.
But mostly, you just keep us going and we love the support. There's a great community goes on behind the scenes. Take care guys, goodbye, and we'll see you on the next one.